Hi, I'm Matthew Kelly. Welcome back to Radical and Relevant, where we're exploring the genius of the gospel, the genius of Catholicism, and how we can apply them to our lives by simply reading the gospel each day and selecting a word, a phrase, or an idea and a virtue to focus on and adopt into our lives. Today's gospel is again from the first chapter of John chapter 1, verses 35 through 42. This is 3 days in a row. Doesn't happen that often, but we're experiencing sort of a continuous experience of the gospel here. The next day, again, John was standing with two of his disciples, and he looked at Jesus as he walked, and he said, "Behold, the Lamb of God." The two disciples heard him say this, and they followed Jesus. Jesus turned and saw them following and said to them, "What do you seek?" And they said to him, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" He said to them, "Come and see." They came and saw where he was staying, and they stayed with him that day, for it was about the 10th hour. One of the two who heard John speak and followed him was Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. He first found his brother Simon and said to him, "We have found the Messiah," which means Christ. He brought him to Jesus, and Jesus looked at him and said, "So you are Simon, the son of John. You shall be called Cephas," which means Peter. It's a fabulous reading. There's so many words, phrases, ideas we could pick here, but I'm going to pick, what do you seek? Jesus says to John's disciples, "What do you seek?" At Dynamic Catholic, our core principle from the very beginning has been meeting people where they are and leading them to where God is calling them to be. And this is what we see in Jesus today. He says to the disciples, "What do you seek? What are you looking for? What do you need? What are you hungry for?" Because he wants to meet them where they're at. Jesus is constantly trying to meet people in their human need, in their human quest, in their human longing, their yearning. And of course, they then follow Jesus. And so the question for you today is the same question. What do you seek? What are you looking for? What are you seeking? What are you chasing? Let's reflect on that today. And the virtue, curiosity. Curiosity. Are you curious about God? Are you curious about what God is inviting you to at this moment in your life? Because that is a beautiful, holy curiosity. And sometimes we can fall into the trap of thinking, okay, yeah, we know about God, or we know about our faith, or we know about this or that. And when we're in that space, we're not curious. And when we're not curious, we tend not to be learning, we tend not to be growing. So let's foster that holy curiosity about ourselves, about God, about His dreams for our lives as we go about our day today. Have a great day, and remember, do not just be yourself. Be the very best version of yourself, all that God created you to be.